Welcome to the Central and Eastern European Rotax Max Challenge here at the Pannonia-ring in Hungary. Here we go for the final of the DD2 and the DD2 Masters. We had a very dominant performance in the pre-final by Ferenc Konchar. Is he going to be able to do the same again? So he does start in that pole position. Second, Simon Wagner. Third is Jan Vuncek, who was pretty close to Simon Wagner throughout that whole race. He was the second at most. And so are they going to resume battle? We have them getting steady, ready for that start. Ferenc Konchar got an almighty haul shot for the start. Surely he's a little bit too far ahead at the moment, I dare say. But we'll wait and see. Gokart Fodor did actually win the DD2 Masters race in that last in the pre-final, so he's going to be hoping to continue that trend. It was 6th overall, and the win in the DD2 Masters, a dominant performance there. This is a 22-lap race in these 2-speed shifters. DD2 is for 15 years and over, DD2 Masters for 32 years and over. And here we go, they're ready to take the start. And again, Ferenc Konchar gets a cracking start. Not quite the same kind of haul shot as last time, but he has made a brilliant start. And in fact, in second place, we got Jan Vuncek at the moment. But Wagner's making a move already, and he's tucked it up the inside already. So he wasn't prepared to give up that second place without a fight. Jan Vuncek got a great start and had taken that second from Wagner. But Wagner, what, 3 corners later, and he's dived straight up the inside, nice and clean, brilliant move. He needed to do it if he wants to stand any chance of sticking with the dominant Ferenc Konchar, but we'll have to wait and see. Remember, this is a 22-lap race, so it's about 4 laps longer than last time. As unsurprisingly, fastest lap so far in that opening one was our leader, Ferenc Konchar. He's done a 45.8, so a very, very fast time there. He did manage to do a 44 in the pre-final, so with 22 laps in total in this race, he's still got plenty of time to see if he can beat that. We'll have to wait and see. But in first position, as we say, is Ferenc Konchar. Not totally pulling away. It's less than half a second, that gap back to Simon Wagner at the moment. Jan Vuncek in third, Imre Brizdu in fourth, Roland Kovac in fifth, Gokart Fodor in sixth, so also in the lead of that Masters Championship at the moment. Viktor Borowiak in seventh, and Patrick Weisstock in eighth. So what do we got? 0.3, that's all the gap was as they crossed the line last time. And the fastest lap of the race that time was actually by Simon Wagner, 45.0. Don't forget though, Ferenc Konchar was able to get into the 44s last time round. So we'll have to wait and see if he's going to be able to deliver that again. He's going to need to increase that gap to anywhere near what he managed to get in that first race. And I'll have to bide my time because I'm just sort of keep an eye on the screen because the timing's gone down on my monitor, unfortunately, at the moment. But it was only 0.3 the last time they went across, so what is he going to be able to do this time? 0.6 he stretched that out to, and he's got himself in the 44s. 44.7 on that last lap round, so it took him 3 laps to get himself down to the 44s, and he is the only driver that's there, although Simon Wagner's very close with a 45.033. So there's a good chance that he's going to be able to get himself down in the 44s as well. Or in actual fact, Jan Vuncek did a 44.9, as did Imre Brizdu. So Simon Wagner's going to have to be aware because they're closing in on him behind. So it's gone from Simon Wagner trying to close in on Ferenc Konchar and putting the pressure on as they come through to complete their 4th lap. But Simon Wagner's going to have to be aware of those behind him now. Jan Vuncek, remember, he did actually get the march on Simon Wagner at the start, but literally 2, maybe 3 corners later, and Wagner was able to dive up the inside. There you go, Simon Wagner's done a 44.8, so he's back on the pace. The gap back to Vuncek is 0.499, so basically half a second there. The gap between our leader Ferenc Konchar and second place Simon Wagner is virtually 0.8 of a second, so he's going to try and get it over that second. Is he going to do it next time round as they would then be completing their 5th lap in this 22 lap race? think you're looking at best part of 16, 17 minutes it's going to take for this race, so he's still got plenty of time to go yet to stretch that lead, but equally is Simon Wagner able to close it. Simon Wagner's managed to shake off the attentions of Wunschek at the moment, but how long is that going to last for? He managed to get it at best to just over 1 second in the pre-final. It was 0.633 last time they crossed the line, but you can see that there is a significant gap now, that Wagner's not being put under pressure by third place Wunschek at the moment. But we'll have to wait and see. Remember, these are 2-speed shifters, and they do actually produce over 32 horsepower with no weight, so these are great fast little karts, these ones, and a beautiful looking circuit, especially in conditions like we have here today. Lovely sunshine. Remember the opening round in Jesolo, Italy, we started the day with quite wet conditions, to say the least, albeit that it dried out pretty much by the end of the day. Last time round, on the completion of the 6th lap, new fastest lap for French Conchar, 44.5. See if he's able to take that lower, and he's got it over a second, that gap back to Simon Wagner now, 1:0.11. But Wagner's only 0.6 ahead of Wunschek, so Wunschek's not letting Wagner go, but equally he's not glued to the back of him. I mean, you look at that there's a sign of how quick these karts in. That's a 0.6 gap, and yet it looks a lot more than that. But they just literally boom boom across the line as quick as that. 7 laps completed, 15 laps left to go. We've got everybody is running so far. I hope that's not the commentator's curse. And we've still got Geza Fodor running in 6th in kart number 99 overall, which is the lead position in the Masters category. And I think second place in the Masters category is in 9th place overall, I think that is, just sort of quickly analysing it on the screen, which is Slavomir Moransky. So Geza Fodor's in pretty good control there of the Masters category at the moment. Another brilliant performance by Geza Fodor. No fastest last time round on the completion of the 8th lap by our leader Ferenc Conchar, 44.6. He's done a 44.5, so he's sticking largely to the similar sort of times. Leads up to 1.148. Oh, 71. Sorry, that was the commentator's curse there. We've lost number 71, which is Virag Itilia. I think we've actually lost Laszlo Kovac. Yeah, we have. We've lost kart number 6, Laszlo Kovac, who actually started in 8th on the grid. And yeah, he's retired as well. I'm sorry if I just cursed 2 drivers there. Totally unintentional. Please don't shoot the messenger. But yeah, kart 71, Virag Attila is out as well. But our leader has got that, stretched that lead out to 1.2 seconds. That did look like a mechanical gremlin for kart 71 there, rather than any kind of contact. Doesn't look like that was linked to Laszlo Kovac's retirement. And Simon Wagner stretched out his gap over Wunschek to 0.8, so he's edging towards that second that he kind of sat fairly comfortably with in the pre-final. Is he going to be able to do it again? Doesn't look like we've got anything in the way of any sort of big high curbs in here. In Jesolo, I remember bringing water to my eyes, seeing some of the curbs that they were bouncing over, but it seems to be either a lot flatter or the circuit's just wide enough that you don't need to go over them at all here. You don't see so much of the bouncing over them as we did in Italy. 10 laps completed, 12 laps left to go. Next time round we will be at half race distance. So there we go, 11 laps completed, so we are at half race distance. And at that stage I think the gap is 1.3. Apologies, a bit grainy for the timing screen there, but I believe it's a 1.3 second lead he has there. Simon Wagner did put his fastest lap of the race in there. 44.5, which put him 0.2 of a second quicker than third place Wunschek. But interestingly, I think that gap's still only 0.8, so previous time round it must have closed down ever so slightly, because I thought he was getting himself towards that 1 second gap. But fastest lap of the race was posted by our leader. I can't make out what it was. It was a 44 something. It's a bit difficult for me to see. That's 12 laps completed now. And the gap is 1.4 seconds, and Wagner is now over a second. In fact, it's 1.2 seconds clear of third place Wunschek now. Wagner did put in his fastest lap of the race, 44.5, so he really is running fairly similar lap times now. In fact, that was a faster lap time than our leader, I think. I'm trying to just tell if that is a 44.9 or a 44.4 that our leader did there, but it's pretty close. The lead two that are lapping now, and it just means that Wagner's able to pull away from third place Jan Wunschek. Still got Imre Brizdu running in fourth, and Roland Gabor Kovac running in fifth position. Sixth is still Geza Fodor, and as I've said, that means that he's also in the lead of the DD2 Masters category, and he is only 0.8 of a second behind fifth position, so he's putting more pressure on the kart in front than the kart behind him. Is chasing him down, which is currently kart number 50, which is Viktor Borowiak, who is just behind him in 7th position at the moment. 41, Slavomir Moransky, who I believe would be, yeah, he's running second in the DD2 Masters. So Moransky is only 2 positions below Geza Fodor on the track, which means that is he going to be able to get up there and challenge for the lead of the DD2 Masters? Just waiting for the screens to update as they go across the line. Geza Fodor goes across to complete 14 laps, and yeah, he's 5 seconds, nearly 5 3/4 seconds ahead of the kart behind him. But then Moransky is only 0.1 behind Borowiak. So that could start getting close potentially. We'll have to keep an eye on that. That will be very interesting. Our leader has now completed 14 laps. Kind of just settled down their times. 44.5, 44.7 for Wagner. But the gap is 1.9 seconds between the front two. So is he going to take it over the 2 seconds? It's actually 1.5 seconds now between second place Wagner and third place Jan Wunschek. So we've only got the 7 laps to go, or 6.5 laps left to go now in this final for the DD2 and the DD2 Masters. And remember that the winner of the DD2 Championship gets the golden ticket to the Grand Finals in Valencia in November. This is round 2. From here we move on to Poland, and then we move on to Austria after that. So there's an awful lot to play for. French Conchar is going to be really hoping that he's going to be at the Grand Finals. Well, he's doing what he needs to do at the moment, to be fair. You can't fault anything he's doing right now. He, as the reputation goes, he is the most successful Hungarian karter ever. I mean, the rap sheet that we were giving him at the beginning with his successes, championships, is absolutely incredible. I'm just genuinely very, very impressed, and I hope that there's an opportunity for someone to sit up and take note of the quality of French Conchar and give him an opportunity in something on long circuit as well. Now, I'm assuming he even wants to. Maybe he has no interest. This is what he loves to do. But he's 18 years old, showing he's got great race car craft, great speed. He's completed 17 laps so far. He's over 2 seconds. He did take that over the 2 seconds last time round. Back to Simon Wagner running in that second place. And in fact, Simon Wagner has managed to put the gap back to Wunschek at 1.8 seconds. So is he able to jump that out to 2 seconds before the end of this race? That'll be interesting. We'll have to wait and see. Geza Fodor still running in 6th and lead on the Masters category. I think we may have had a change behind that for 7th and 8th. Patrick Weistock and Viktor Borowiak. Trying to do it from memory, but I think they may have just swapped round positions, but we'll have to wait and see. New fastest lap for our leader, French Conchar, 44.9 44.428 I think he's done. So a great lap time there. He's obviously decided it's not quite enough of a lead for him to have at the moment, albeit that it's 2.3 seconds, so it is very comfortable by my standards, but he's obviously just enjoying himself. He's into the zone. Compare that to 44.6 for Simon Wagner last time. A lot of the damage, I think, was done at the beginning, that he was able to just romp away, because now there's probably only sort of a couple of tenths a lap as he completes his 19th lap of this 22-lap race here at the Pannonia-ring. 3 laps remaining. Oh, a nice sideways drift there. I didn't quite catch which car that was. I think that was Gokart Fodor with a beautiful 4-wheel drift through the first corner there, through the right-hander. Sorry, so that makes that, I think, the second corner officially, but what's one corner between friends? But it is Ferenc Konsai that is in the lead with a 44.5 on that last lap, so not quite his 44.4, but as I say, he's lapping very close to the same time every single time as he comes through to start his penultimate lap. He's been dominant in both the races from start to finish, absolutely unequalled by anyone, to be fair. First in the pre-final he got a massive hole shot off the start that he was able to get away from people. This time it wasn't a hole shot, he's done the work in the race, and it was probably up until about lap 2 it was pretty close. Simon Wagner was within striking distance to some extent. From there on he decided enough's enough, he stretched his leg and off he went, and it's over 2.5 seconds that lead now, and Simon Wagner has taken it over 2 seconds, the gap back to Jan Vuncek. I did wonder whether that would happen, and then Imre Berizdu in that 4th position is a further 2.5 seconds back, and another 2.5 seconds back is then 5th position Roland Gabor Kovac, and then another 2.5 seconds back is Gokart Fodor. So there's a fairly equidistant split between certainly the top 6, and then the gaps get a little bit bigger. So Gokart Fodor running in 6th, leading that Masters categories. They are on their last lap now. 44.5 for our leader last time through. 2.8 seconds. Is he going to be able to get it up to the 3-second gap, or is he not really that bothered? There's no point. It is the last lap. Stroke it home. He's got a very dominant victory here in the final. Maximum points. We're going to see him come across, take that checkered flag. He might have been a bit relaxed as he took the checkered flag in the pre-final, but he definitely wasn't that time. Thought he was going to collect the flag marshal then, but absolutely celebrating that victory. 2.6 seconds, so he took it a little bit steady on that final lap. But 2nd place, Simon Wagner. 3rd, Jan Vuncek. 4th was Imre Berizdu. 5th was Roland Gabor Kovac. 6th and winner of the Masters category was 99, Gokart Fodor. In 9th was 70, Patrick Weistock. 8th, 41, Slavomir Muransky, who also came 2nd in the Masters category. In 9th was number 50, Viktor Boroviak. 10th, 74, Alex Gumpenberg, who also finished 3rd, so on the podium for the DD2 Masters. And then 11th was Thomas Schumacher, 4th in the Masters as well. 12th, Nemeth Zaba, who also finished 7th in the Masters. We did lose someone else I missed. Number 84, Yuri Drabent, went out of the race again. Unfortunately, he retired in the pre-final as well. But a very dominant performance by Ferenc Konsai in the DD2, and a very dominant performance by Gokart Fodor in the DD2 Masters here at the Pannonia-ring.